Okay. Fair guys. Okay. So I think as of now, can anyone unmute and speak up? What all things, what all are those important pillars that has been given to you that you have to finish? Maybe I'll ask Nadeem. Nadeem, just unmute and give me those important pointers. Ki what are the things that are already given to you that you have to finish until now?
First, most importantly, the basic personal HR questions, and also apart from that, you gave basic some acad related questions,
Okay.
and yeah, you also said to research about the native place. Yes, so these all things you gave. So
That's it. Anyone else wants to add?
Though the video playlist that we
yeah,
have to finish, that
that's
is the
will be in
most
the next
important, I
part.
think.
Okay. Anything else?
It's
The
a profile
content of
build-up.
the FP group.
The profile build-up, HR focus, and the SOP has to be completed. The first draft of it.
Okay. Something is still missed.
Current affairs.
So current
Good. Most importantly, current affairs. Yes. Because I can sense hardly 10-15 of you are participating. I'm telling you, you guys will come back to us after your interview. Sir, काश मैं पढ़ लेता current affairs तो interview निकल जाता. We've experienced it in the past and have seen people regretting. So while you guys still have some time in your hand, do it. Maybe it's not late. People are still joining in the batches. So you guys are fortunate that you have joined it in the past and you already have covered a lot of things. Trust me, if you ask your peers or preparing from anywhere else, they're still figuring out how do I write that answer to tell us something which is not there in the form. They're still at that level. And I think you guys have reached much, much ahead of what your actual competition is currently preparing on. So I think, of course, kudos to you guys. You guys have worked really hard. And in terms of major pillars, of course, are these things that you have just mentioned. But the first and the most important thing that everyone should do diligently is be in constant touch with your mentors. Each and every one of you, except one person, Avi Rai, everyone else has been assigned a mentor. Okay. You have to make sure that you are in constant touch with your mentor. Okay. By constant touch, you don't expect you are texting him now and he'll be able to text back in 1 hour or so. Not everyone is socially active. A couple of us are, but yes, not everyone is like so much socially active that you'll text them at 12 in the night and you can expect a reply. Everyone has a family. So at least give them some time to sort of go, like, reply back to you. They can take even 1 day's time basis their schedule. But the idea is everyone should at least speak once to their mentors. And what is the first step that you have to do with your mentor is whenever you are having any B school call, inform him. It is your duty to inform him, sir, I am Cozy Gurkha, short calls are out and this is my first interview date. Okay, especially for the students who have an early PI, say less than equals to 15 February. It is close by. Inform your mentors so that they can plan their schedule accordingly because mentors will also have a lot of things in their pipeline. And they need to also prioritize which students to focus first of all on and which students can be delayed at least by a few days. Okay. So, ye kar lena because I have still heard from a lot of mentors, unke mentees have not reached out to them. And if that is happening, that will be your loss. If you come back to the mentor on a day before your interview or a day before your submission and the mentor is not available, you will be at fault and mentors will not be at fault. Okay, because mentors also have their own things to sort of plan, and if you have not reached out to them, they will not be liable for your SOP or for any of your urgent work. Okay. Okay. So having said that, the first thing everyone has to figure out is personal HR answers. Me, Prashant, a lot of mentors have emphasized a lot on these pointers. At least these 4 or 5 questions here. I'm not asking you to finish the entire form. If you have not done it, you can take your time, but make sure you're finishing this at least by tonight or maximum by tomorrow afternoon. 5 questions. Why MBA? Tell me something about yourself. Then strength, weakness, synopsis of your work experience, and if in case you have any graduation gap or maybe any glaring point, say you have changed the domain or you have changed your line, why do you want to do that? Okay, these are the 4 or 5 pillars everyone should be very well prepared of. Okay, for example, strength, you don't have to write everything, but have the stories backed up because I'm still reviewing answers of my own mentees without a story. They are just coming with these pointers. And it's just a waste of time both for me as well as for you guys that you're getting the same feedback. Okay, feedback thoda acha mil sakta if you have done whatever has been told to you. Else we will keep on iterating the same point, will not be of use to you. So back up every answer with a story. If you're writing a strength, it has to be backed up by a story. If you're writing a weakness, it has to be backed up by a point. Ki how are you trying to overcome that weakness? Your introduction should not be cliche कि 10th में इतना है, 12th में इतना है, ये school से हो, city से हो, ये graduation work ex. No, it has to be different than what is already there on your form. Okay, talk more about your personal things. Connect the stories. Couple of students have asked me, sir, ulta chalu karu ke starting se chalu karu? I would advise go in a sequential manner, go with your start and then build a story so that it is easier for the other person to understand. If you speak, sir, अभी मैं ये job कर रहा हूँ, उसके पहले ये था, I have to think कि अच्छा ठीक है, this is a sequence. If you talk in a very chronological order, it is very easy for me to understand. And you have to make the interviewer's life easy so as to get a seat in your dream B schools. Okay, so that's it about this. Why MBA is still functional? I have a technical knowledge. I want to gain functional knowledge. Very cliche answer. Anyone who is not prepared, who is just Google why MBA and you will get such answers on the first page of the Google search engine. So don't write such answers. Connect your own personal story. Say how exactly, where exactly did you find the need of your MBA? All people who have reviewed their SOPs or who have reviewed their answers with the mentors have gotten this feedback and have gotten the answers corrected. For others who have not done it, please do it and make your answers like really crisp. It has to be a good story. This is what I have done, and while doing this, this is what I have faced. And while facing this, this is what I realized, and while realizing this, this is what I am trying to do right now. Okay, a very conventional story, but it has to be a personal story so that you can share your answers versus all the thousands of students will be sitting there. Because essentially now you guys will be competing with those students who have a call, and for one seat, I think 6-7 people will be fighting. And those students may have a higher percentile with you. So even a guy who has 98 percentile can compete with a person who has 100 percentile. 98 one can be selected if his answers are really unconventional. 100 can be rejected if his answers are like really conventional. We have examples from our own batches in the past that students of higher percentile does not guarantee a seat. Okay. So first thing, try to finish it. And no matter whatever you're doing, if you're serious about your GDPI, you will not come back. He says, "Sir, मेरा routine बहुत hectic है. Schedule is too hectic." We absolutely don't care. You're here to convert your seat, and we are here to help you convert that seat. So prioritize your work. If your work is hectic, drop papers. If you think you are going to have good calls, resign from your office if you have to do it. People have done it in the past, but don't come back to us saying, "Sir, time निकालना पड़ेगा." We are also sparing time, and so you guys also have to do. ये reason नहीं आना चाहिए, "Sir, my routine is hectic," blah 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 करके, right? Second, I understand abhi global scenario is not good, and many of the mentors as well as mentees are suffering from COVID. I myself was suspected from COVID a week ago, and I understand a lot of you are also having some medical emergencies at home. But see, we have interviews in next 7, 8, 10 days, 15 days. So no matter how much empathized we guys are, the fact is we have to crack it, right? And we don't have much time in our hand. So while these reasons are genuine, but these are not logical at this moment, given you have to convert your B school call and it's there 7, 8 days. So take maybe one day off when you are having a fever of 103, 104. Once the fever is off, back to 100, 101, sit back, finish your task and do things, because trust me, aisa hoga. IIM Ahmedabad calls, for example, will be out by next week, and within 3-4 days they will start taking interviews. You will not have any time to do all your backlog. So even if you have to plan your leaves, a question which has been coming is, "Sir, how do I plan my leaves?" If you have to plan your leaves, do it now. Take 4-5 days leave in the month of January itself, because you have to finish the backlog first of all. We have covered 70-80% of the things that you are supposed to know as a part of a B school interview. So don't procrastinate ki leaves February mein lena hai, interview ke pehle lena hai. Trust me, it's a hard fact. You will not be doing anything a day before your interview. Whatever you can do, whatever you can improve, now is the time to improve. So plan your leaves in such a manner that you exhaust all your leaves by February 15 maximum, because this is the time by when you have to really gain a lot of confidence and finish all the backlogs. Okay, so leaves wala question I've answered. So please, no more questions to me or to the mentors, or how do I plan my leaves? Plan it in this fashion. Take leaves right now. Okay, now coming back to the preparation wala part, the first thing should be personal HR. At least these 4-5 questions. Baki answers apne time pe story sochte raho. Do it as per your time, but at least get these 4-5 answers reviewed by your mentors. Reach out to your mentors. Say, "Sir, मुझे answers review करने हैं." Preferably on a Zoom call. Connect with your mentors, and उसी time पे feedback लेके answers incorporate करो. Okay, don't wait कि feedback ले लिया, then you're going back, then you're coming back after 2 days. उतना time नहीं होगा ना तुम्हारे पास ना mentors के पास. So try to fixate things right on the same Zoom call that you are connecting with the mentors. Okay, तो ये हुआ. Second, yes, I think बाकी चीजें I won't say. Maths का rapid fire was left, so I've planned it on 26th of January. I know we guys have given you leaves for 24, 25, 26, but 26 January को let's do at least some rapid fire. It's a part of leaves only. By leaves that we meant कि कोई current affairs discussion नहीं करेंगे, but this is what is the need of the hour, right? Because उसके बाद we'll keep on delaying things. I understand कि February 1st से interviews are starting, so we honestly don't have much time in our hand. ठीक है, so 26 January को we'll do a rapid fire 2 घंटे की. उसमें rules will be same. Facebook group पे आएंगे. Why Facebook? So that you can go back and refer to all the important questions. I'm happy to have it on live, but I think live with so many students answering will become a fish market. So I prefer doing it on Facebook so that you can also go back. I can also share answers later on. But this will help you only when you come, you take part, and you try to answer questions first of all, and then you learn from the mistakes that I highlight you. If you just go back and read the answers, will not help you. Because interview में 40-50% of the questions will be something that you have not faced, and unless you start correcting yourself, just reading the answers will not help you at all. Okay, so that is it regarding personal HR. Iske beyond, next important thing is current affairs discussion. Not many students are participating in it. I think Prashant sir has also taken the pain to give you guys assignment. I guess there are 3, 4, 5 groups to whom Prashant has personally reached out, share the summaries, because you guys are not participating in current affairs discussion. So no matter what, at least spare 1 hour, 9, 10 p.m. on a daily basis, so that we can complete all the current affairs discussion. Beyond this, if you think you're someone whose current affairs is absolutely weak, what you can do is Hindu का analysis आता है YouTube पे, ask someone, but there are a lot of free speakers or free channels available who share Hindu analysis. So if you are not someone who can read the newspaper, go to these YouTube channel, listen to the Hindu analysis for 30 minutes, 45 minutes का आता है Hindu analysis. You just fast forward it and finish it off in a matter of 30 minutes. That's it. You are done for the day. Okay, वो कर लो, first thing. Second thing, जो current affairs का topic दिया जा रहा है उसके बारे में at least research for 15-20 good minutes. That is good enough. You don't have to spend like 2 hours on it. If your day is really hectic, spare 20 minutes maximum. Know about the topics. Have 3, 4, 5 pointers ready. Think at least 5 minutes के लिए कि अच्छा, these are the pointers that I have to speak, and these are my doubts. These are the questions that I need to answer, that I need to ask to the mentors or to the peer group. That will help you. Okay. So current affairs के लिए 1 hour खुद से कर लो. I'm saying it if you're not able to prioritize other things. If you have done other things, you can of course spend 2-3 hours. No denial in that. Okay, but if you're not able to do it, at least 1 hour of current affairs by yourself will help you, and 1 hour of discussion on a daily basis from 9 to 10 p.m. So that you can focus on, like, you know, that thinking ability. How do I think on the field? How do I communicate what I'm thinking? बहुत लोगों को आता है, उनको आता सब कुछ है, but they are not able to express because of these things. Okay. So this is the second point. And when we are talking about current affairs, also start preparing and finishing static GK. I have static GK, and this is very important for all the people who have gotten call from IIMK. In the past, a lot of students who maybe you can read or go through the IIMK experience, but IIMK में ऐसा पूछते हैं. For example, if you're going to IIM Koiko, how do you pronounce Koiko? उसी कोड नहीं होता, it is Koiko. So history about Koiko, कैसे start हुआ था, कौन सी trades होती है, what are the exports of Koiko, केरला का गवर्नर कौन है, साउथ के सारे states बताओ. Okay, so these sort of questions are being asked. So you need to know about your country कितने capital है, सारे all the cabinet ministers you guys should be knowing. This is again important from your interview point of view. Okay, who is the HRD minister, who is the railway minister, who is the education minister, etc. Okay, so know about all of it. Important from your interview point of view. Okay, and Vice President of India. Many people are not even able to recall their name. It will be a shame on you, like, you know, if you go like this at your IIMK interview. So prioritize this thing as well. This is again important, and ऐसा नहीं होगा कि तुम इंटरव्यू के एक दिन पहले बैठ के 10-100 नाम से याद करोगे and वो याद रहेंगे. This will not happen at all. Start doing it from now onwards. Start revising it every day. एक form by doc bana lo, or maybe have some links or have some handwritten notes for you to revise everything. But start reading it from it. Don't come back to us saying sir aapne nahi bataya. For example, one question could be, Raj, who were the first 5 prime ministers of India?
First
Sir,
5.
Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri.
Are you Raj? Ritul, are you Raj?
Yes, sir.
Raj. I'm asking Raj.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Raj.
So Jawaharlal Nehru. Then I don't know the chronological order, sadly. So Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi. Hmm.
Next question will be thrown to you if you have stopped for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Last 5 prime ministers, last 5 presidents, first 5 presidents, last 3 presidents of United States. These are the static GK questions. Have been asked in the interviews. Okay. Who was Rabindranath Tagore? Who was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel? So those important prominent names of the country should be knowing about it. Statue of Unity and these important events that has happened in India. Okay. So note it down, make it as a part of your plan. These things I believe are more important than revising graduation ka in depth or than revising other situation-based questions. These things should come at priority number 2. Priority 1 is those basic personal HR questions. Priority number 2 should be these strategies. Okay. Maybe start asking. You don't have to wait for mentors to have a rapid fire session. If we are involved, do it amongst yourself in the main group. You all have access to each other. Start asking random questions. And that's how you'll be ready for the D-Day. This is how you need to answer all the direct questions that are thrown. Okay. Similarly, questions have been asked like who is the Prime Minister of China? Anyone?
Xi Jinping.
I think he's not the Prime Minister. He's the President of China, sir.
Li Keqiang something.
There would be president and premier, right? Prime minister, I don't think is a position.
Agreed. The question is wrong. No, people answer president as the prime minister. So why does China not have a prime minister, etc., etc.? What is unilateral form of government? What is bilateral form of government? 26 January is approaching. What does the first constitution page of India refer to? What is emblem? So all these questions are also become important. Okay, people who are having interviews in the first week of February, questions like who was the first person to write budget or to announce budget of India? Who are the female cabinet ministers of India? Okay, so such questions have also been asked in the past. So you guys need to make sure that you're prepared all of it, and you'll be able to do it only once you're sorted. Because of course things will always be infinite. No one will be able to cover 100% things. That's a hard fact, and that's how the course is designed so that you don't feel relaxed कि यार सब कुछ complete हो गया. वो हम कभी होने नहीं देंगे. There'll always be things that will keep on thrown at you so that you never feel that luxury of sitting back and maybe watching Netflix. Okay, so but what is important for you is to prioritize things, and this is the priority order that I have suggested. Okay, then this is it. So second one was this static GK. Third will be current affairs. Okay, so just 1 hour daily of self-reading and 1 hour of discussion will suffice for you. It's not कि like वो पूरा in-depth कुछ के ही पूछेंगे. The idea is you should be quite familiar with all the kinds of topics, and if you're discussing in the discussion, I think every student covers. At the end of the discussion, you have an idea, fair idea of the topic. Why is this topic in news? What is this topic about? What are the important protagonists of this topic? What are the 3 pointers in favor, 3 pointers against it, and what is your conclusion? That's it. This simple framework you need to remember for every topic. So hardly if you remember 2-3 pointers against, that will help you. Okay, but you have to do an in-depth discussion so that you can justify the points that you are making in favor or in against. Okay, so this was it. Then comes graduation. Graduation ka yaar, I think many mentors have tried conducting rapid fire events. I think that is something that we are doing for the very, very first time. Until last year, there were no mentors who were involved in preparing you for the graduation, because you guys are more recent and you guys are better person to judge and to revise graduation than we guys are. Okay, I have left graduation what 10 years ago, so I have absolutely no clue about how does a router work, etc., etc. I would just know the basic jargon. So you guys are a better judge. That's why we say ki make a peer group. We have shared some questions. First priority for everyone should be, of course, because you have a question that sir, how do I prepare graduation subjects where I it? First priority should be, if we have shared some question banks with you from Prepzone side, that should be the priority number one. Finish that first of all, and then focus on important subjects from that topic. Once that is done, then focus on other non-important subjects which you think may be asked on, especially for the freshers, because if you are freshers, questions can be so in depth. But if you have a vertex of plus years, only high level knowledge will sort of okay. But yes, if you want to go in depth, you can go into depth, but as per the priority order. Take a priority order and then start acting on it. Okay. Also, a couple of questions, sir. I'm from English literature. What are questions? May I ask, sir? I'm not the right person for this question. If always ask in the group if you have a person from the same background. If yes, make a group with them, discuss with them, and then prepare. If not, figure out yourself. Figure out. Go back to your graduation subjects. Have a look at the transcript. Whatever topics you scored good in, have a look at those topics. Whatever topics you scored well in, have at least a high level understanding of those topics. If you have done a BTP or a project or some internships, have a look at it. Okay, especially colleges like Lucknow, Indore, Kozhikode have asked, not Kozhikode, but Indore and Lucknow, so especially they ask a lot of questions on advancing graduation. So if you are a fresher, you may want to prioritize this even over current affairs. Okay, but 100% graduation to kabhi ho nahi payega. So yes, you have to prioritize that call. You have to take. You don't have to come back to the mentors saying, "Sir, मैं ये subject करूँगी." You don't know. You are the better judge. Figure out कि तुम्हारे stream में से कौन सी important subjects है, and just do that at least to begin with. Have time then in depth and do other topics, but not topics. Okay. Yes, Shashank is saying I am Ahmedabad also. Correct. So if you are a fresher, if you have decent 2 years of work ex, तो questions काफी आ सकते हैं. But having said that, अगर ज़्यादा work ex भी है, then still questions have been asked. So you need to at least cover those basic important topics. So I think Shashank has 2.5 years of work ex, but still he has been thrown questions on academics. Questions like draw stone threads if you are from computer engineering. So yes, such kind of questions can also be. Okay. So that was it. Then I think next important agenda is I have to announce an assignment. But before doing that, take a pause and open the forum for any questions. Just one last point. A lot of B school PI slots are open. Don't wait. It might happen we have 50 students who would want an interview with us on 1st of February, and our bandwidth will be low. Really low. So it does not matter. You have a PI right now. Keep on preparing your answers later on. But if there are interview slots, fix those interview slots. If you can't find any interview slots, then you ping me or Prashant. We'll try to arrange it for you. If at all the open PI slots are full, because we have spoken to all the mentors. Mentors have started opening PI slots. For example, I think Raju sir ke saath, he has opened 4 slots for 3 days. So in total, 12 slots of Raju sir are open. So all the people who and any student can take any one slot. Again, a question that I think 10-15 students have asked me. I replied to a few, but then afterwards it was very much irritating for me. Yeah, same question has been asked, so I thought to answer it in the open session, in the open forum. Anyone can take interview slots of any other mentor. All you have to do is book the slot. After booking your slot, you have to ping the mentor, sir, I have booked this particular slot with you, and this is my profile map, or this is my profile. That's it. But if you have booked the slot and if you are cancelling it, we will count that as one interview slot. Or if you have 3 interviews in your package, if you have 7 interviews in your package, you will waste 1 interview slot if you do not turn up at your desired slot. Okay, because the slot of the mentor has been wasted because of so book it. And if in case you are not available, you have to arrange someone on your behalf if at all you want your slot. Okay. So yeah, I think that's it. And this is true even for my mentees. Don't wait for me to open PI slots. I will do it. For me, first priority is to review all the SOPs, to connect with all the mentees for the personal HR question. Only once I finish all of it, only then I'll start opening my PI slots. Okay. But whatever PI slots are open, fix that. book that start having a flavor of PI. How many PI should you take? If you don't have any interview dates as of now, 1 PI per week will suffice. ऐसा नहीं करना कि आज इंटरव्यू लिया बहुत ही बेकार गया, यू गाइस टू इट ऑन योर ईगो, सब कुछ रात भर तैयारी किया एंड कल जाके वापस से इंटरव्यू बुक कर रहे हो, will not help you at all. Maximum 1 PI per week will suffice, but if you have an early PI and that is like sort of your best shot, you may take 2-3 PI slots as well. Not 3, maximum 2. Take 1 PI slot now, give a gap of 2-3 years, work on the feedback, and then take another PI slot. Okay, so I think that's it. Open to any questions you guys have.
Sir,
Yes, name please. Aditi, right?
Aditi, sir, I had a question. If we are not sure about the stream we want to take, for example, I am confused between HR and marketing. So if the interviewer asks me, should I just tell them that I'm confused or form a formulated answer?
Did you watch the video on personal HR?
No, sir.
Then all these questions that you are having have been answered in the video. People who have watched the video, they would be knowing about it. So that should be your primary focus. And I think you have joined 15-20 days ago, right? So not sure why have you not watched it. That should have been the number one priority video for you. This question is answered.
Thank you, sir.
So, but watch it, you will get a good clarity on other questions as well. But in short, the idea and the structure should be, I'm going to, like, I don't have any fixed specialization. I don't want to restrict myself to only one domain. I'm going to combine in the first year. I'm going to have explore all the subjects, and that is the hard to do it. First year, they explore all the subjects, and only then they choose electives basis whatever interests them. So, but having said that, I have some inclination towards the ABC stream, whatever stream it is. Put that, and why do you have some inclination? You must have worked on it, or you must have had at least some opportunity. If you don't have absolutely any opportunity, then you can say, sir, I have not worked in any of the core technique management streams, so I'm going with an open mind to learn in the first year. I'll take live projects, I'll work with studies, and then I'll figure out which stream.
Thank you, sir.
So,
Someone is asking, she's not audible.
hello.
Not audible still. Pooja, right?
Hello.
Yeah, Pooja, go
Sir, in that case, if we haven't this assignment, but maybe
on. Pooja, you're not audible to me. Voice is you can type your question, Pooja.
Hi, Shubham here. Can we have some sort of Bible for current affair, like the static questions which you mentioned are being asked in Kohi code and
So we can't hear you properly.
Sir, no, you are not audible.
Hello. Am I audible, guys?
Yes, now it's
Yeah,
good.
Yes. So we don't have any Bible assets. Whatever we have has been shared. I am just giving you questions basis our experiences from last year, and whatever experience we have shared that. So the point is, know everything about the city. And I have seen some of the mentees and some of the students, they have done it like very beautifully. They have an entire Excel where they've divided about the city, all the states that they've worked in, which college are they going to. They've really explored their website, and all the information that you need should be available on the college's website. For example, if you're going to IIM, figure out who are the top alumni of those B schools, top female alumni of those B schools. If you are someone who's interested in entrepreneurship, who are the top entrepreneurs from those B schools who have been successful? Then questions like clubs, explore the clubs of the club's curriculum, some highlighting professors if they have been in news. All you have to do is you can do as simple as just Googling IMK in news, and whatever important news that IMK has been associated with it you should be able to find it on Google. But this is the least that you'll have to do. Similarly, read everything about Kerala, K, South, map of India. These are the things about India that you should be aware of.
Sure, thank you.
Okay.
Sir, how to deal with the feeling of underpreparedness?
But that will always be there. That will be there now. That will be there even once you are in an MBA. I think we have Shashank here. He's in the first year of IIM. You can ask him whether he keeps on feeling that he is underprepared as compared to his batchmates. This never happens. Even I feel it when I have a lot of tasks. I'm like, shit, man, I'm too underprepared in my office and so on. Not to batchmate. So the point is, start taking mock interviews. That will be a true reflection of your preparedness.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
So Stuti this side, I have a question.
Yeah.
So I have a early PI for IIM Core which was on 2nd of Feb. And with that, like right now the SOPs in L and everything, the forms are in process. So how to manage this? Should the preparation target be only K for coming 10 days along with the forms?
The preparation, like, whatever preparation that you're doing here, that is not for just one specific B school. That pretty much covers everything for all the B schools that you would possibly need. For example, Excel ke liye, there is no separate preparation, at least at this moment. The only distinguishing thing that will happen will be your mock interviews that you take. So whosoever you're taking the mock interviews with, you can mention him that I have my IMK PI, so I would want the PI to be, if possible, somewhat reflected on, somewhat similar to an IMK. Otherwise, the preparation wise, it's all same. Graduation sabko karna hai, current affairs sabko karna hai, personal sabko karna hai, and these sessions that we are doing, everyone will have to do it. So there is no separate preparation for any B school per se. Having said that, for at least IIM Calcutta focuses more on maths to at least some of the students. But again, that is not a hard fact. There are students who have not been asked maths at all, and there are students who have been asked a lot, who have been asked maths a lot, even in like interviews like IMK or maybe IIM Calls. So yes, Tuti, like you'll have to do both things in parallel. Form filling, of course, is important. That is what will determine your course of interview. And once you're sitting in an interview, these mock interviews and all will determine it. So divide your day. I'll say finish form filling. But having said that, ऐसा नहीं कि 2 दिन से form filling ही कर रहे हैं, you have left all the preparation. Then you'll start feeling that heat कि you have left a lot. Give minimum time to the preparation, and then whatever is left over, do it in the fill forms. That.
Okay, so.
And for the students who are filling the form, don't consider that forms will not be seen. Forms are a good replica and are being considered from an interview point of view. So fill your form, fill your answers very diligently. Put good stories. Don't fool around. Just put down something in a word or so. No. Whatever subjective answers that you are putting will be read. Okay.
Sir, one query from my end. Currently, I do not have any black calls for right now. So I think my best shot would be at FMS, NDA and other things. So right now I'm having, regarding the priority of tasks you mentioned, I'm having almost, I have yet to do almost all of them. So well, I'm doing almost on the progress of all of them. So how should I now manage my time, or how should I go on about it?
Not understanding ki, see, you have a priority order in mind. You have to take leaves. You have to give more time and start finishing it in the same priority order. How do you manage it? That totally depends on how well can you spare time for the preparation. I'm not sure if I got your question correctly, but see, how do you manage time will have to be determined by you. How well do you manage time? But this is the priority order that I've given so that you can manage your time properly. And that's okay. Don't wait for the interview calls to come. Interview calls will come eventually. They may take another 2 weeks, but then at least start finishing your preparation with this priority order in mind. And
Sure.
Ashwin, why is it not completed? Because I think you have joined what, 2-3 weeks ago or a month ago?
Yes, sir. 2-3 weeks.
And since then you have not done anything?
No. Sir, all of them are in progress. Yes, sir.
Which is okay. That is a recent way to move on करना. Focus on all the pillars. ऐसा नहीं कि पहले एक करना है दूसरा वो करना है. नहीं, not like that. But this is just the priority order in terms of weightages of your time that you have to give. So at least the personal HR should be done. At least those 4-5 questions should not take you much time. I mean, if you said today, it should be done by night if you have at least thought through the stories. So finish that, give it, have a slot with the mentor. So at least your basic personal HR answers are reviewed. Then keep on building on another time.
Sure.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Aditya. Sir, I have my aspirant interview on 14th Feb. So for that, 2 group interviews would be ideal, or I should take my personal interview also before that.
Is SPJ your only call? Is it now?
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes.
You're not.
Okay.
Sir, you're not audible.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yes, Aditya. So is SPGen your only call?
No, sir. I'm expecting calls from MDI. I received call from IIM Calls also.
And when is your interview with
IIM Calls is on 15th of March.
15th of March. Yeah, at least 2 GIs if you have taken, I think you should be fairly confident with your SPJIMR prep.
Sir,
Yeah.
I've not taken any. I'm planning to take one in this week, and one I'm thinking of taking it in February, like first or second week of Feb.
Maybe one PI is something that you can still take so that it, just in case you can, because you would never know. MBI calls come say after 2 weeks, and if you have a PI slot before 14, then it may become some problem for you.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Yeah, I have a very specific question with regards to IMB applications, right? So, when it comes to LORs, right? I've shared my LORs to my clients, and basically, is there a word limit associated with, or is there anything that's mentioned by IMB? Because me personally, when I'm applying for foreign universities, I write LORs for 250 words, right? 250 or 200 words. Should I be following something like that, or should I leave that to the clients? Should they just fill it with their own words, because they're going to end up filling 5 to 10 sentences? Is that enough?
I believe Yash. Okay, so one, who's your mentor?
Pawan.
Hi, Somsha. Can I take this up?
Hi, Shashank. I think I was looking for
Sure.
you.
Yes. So, see, when you are getting recommendations, it's best to actually get in touch with the person who's actually recommending you, and then ask him to give you feedback along similar lines. You should know what he's writing about you, right? So it's not like you have just given him the link and he'll fill whatever he wants to. Make sure you know what he's filling in that form, because in the actual interview, your answers and the points that the other person has written might be in contradiction, and there it will be a problem. So be aware of what has been written in your recommendation form. Plus, I don't think there is a strict word limit or something like that. At least in our, like last year, it was not. So you can write as much as you want, but it won't amount to anything. Just be precise and crisp. That would do like perfectly okay, because no one has the time to read the 250 words. To be very honest, you have so many students, plus 2 LORs for each of them. Nobody's going to read that. Try to be crisp and make sure that what you have in mind and what he's writing are in tandem with each other. That's it.
Yep, thanks. Yeah.
Just a follow-up question on the same lines. So the words really don't matter, right? The person can finish off writing whatever they have to write in one strength and one weakness in as good as 50 words. That's okay, right?
Yeah, that's completely okay. That's what I'm saying, that you should get in touch with the person who is giving the feedback for you. Okay, so then you may ask him, okay, you can, what are you writing, or at least know what he's writing. If he's writing something that you're not okay with, or it's not fitting with the line of thought that you have actually presented, maybe in your SOP or something else, there's too many things which can be in contradiction with each other. So that is why you should know
what's the content in that form. Plus, I'll suggest keep it short. Keep it short. If you're asked about strengths, maybe just put in one word adjectives, maybe two or three adjectives, weaknesses, two or three adjectives, or maybe just a one line description. But it's not easy to put that in one line. So one word would do as well. It's not a problem. Unless and until the question asks for any subjective reviews.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Now the next important thing is the assignment that you guys have. So this assignment will help all the active students who have been participating well in terms of their current affairs discussions that are happening. For the students who are not doing it, you still have chance. We have started evaluating students who have not participated at all until now. Okay. So make sure you don't want to come in this default list. Start participating in the kind of discussions that are happening daily so that everyone's time is well appreciated and it's just a matter of 1 hour. We've already given a structure. There's a mentor who is coming to moderate every discussion. There is absolutely nothing that you can ask for more. Participating in these discussions and the next assignment will help all the students who are participating actively. So what this assignment is, so what we will be doing is, because of course we have only covered around 40 topics so far, right? And of course you have interviews starting from first or second week of February. And before your interviews, you would need to know a lot more number of topics. So because that is not possible with only one topic per day, what assignment we guys have brainstormed for you guys is, we will be publishing a list of around 150 to 200 topics today on the same Google Sheet. So everything will happen in the same Google Sheet that you guys currently have an access to. There'll be a tab of current affairs topic or something that I'll inform you. So we will publish a list of all those topics. Okay. What you have to do is, and you will have time of these 3 days, 24th, 25th, 26th, which is your holiday, right? So in these 3 days, what you have to do is, step number 1, choose any date, choose any topic, put your name against that topic, okay? And you will be responsible to summarize, to put everything in a structured format that we give you. We have a structure, the same structure that we guys have been following. Why is this topic in news? Important facts, important numbers, points in favor, points against, and a good conclusion. It has to be a 2-3 pager Google document that you have to submit. Okay, we will have a link of submission. So all the students have to submit a write-up on one topic. Okay? And for example, we are around 170, 180 students as a part of this batch. So what is happening is, in a matter of 3 days, all you have to do is to just put 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to write a good write-up on one topic. Then there'll be mentors sitting at the back and they'll be reviewing your write-ups. Okay. So don't bluff around that you will write anything random. You will just copy paste from the net. It should not be a mere copy paste. It has to be good research and in your own words, so that any other student or maybe any other mentor, if he wants to know everything about a topic, it should be there in a single doc. And there'll be maximum limit. It cannot be a 10-pager document. No one is going to read that. No one has that much amount of time. So maximum 2-3 pages will give you that instruction. You have to submit it. That will be reviewed by the mentors. The write-ups that do not follow a structure, that do not follow a given structure, will be rejected directly and will not be considered. You won't have another chance. So do your work properly. Okay, you will submit it. What will happen is, all these submissions, all these write-ups will be shared with all the students who submit it. Okay, so you just work on one write-up and you in turn get access to 140, 150 write-ups as well, for you to sort of figure out. And then you can figure out which topics you want to prioritize first of all, which topics you can delegate, and that is how you will finish your current affairs. This plus the daily current affairs discussion that is happening, that is more than enough for your current affairs preparation. Okay, any questions in this?
Just adding on to what Rankas has said, somebody asked in the group, like, what if my interview, maybe my key interview is on 2nd of Feb, and I'm still in the process of writing applications for it, so how do I prepare? So see, the point is, this is very specific to current affairs and the static GK that you're talking about. So when you're reading about current affairs, don't just read that, you have read 2-3 articles, you come to the group, you give your opinions, maybe twice or thrice, and then you go. This is not the right way to participate in the current affair discussion. When you are doing a current affair discussion, read about it a lot. Okay, maybe just scan
6 to 7 articles or maybe YouTube videos. So in the process of reading those current affair topics, you would come across different terms which actually will help you in your static GK preparation. Okay, so maybe you are maybe reading about a scheme or maybe anything. Okay, so just focus. Okay, if I am reading this article, maybe this topic will give I need to know about this topic. They may ask me who was the maybe the last chairman or maybe the last chairman of this particular anything, whatever you are reading. So I'll tell you in the current the GK topic is very vast, but it is actually very unpredictable. But having said that, they won't ask you very random things. Like you would still have an idea about what are they going to ask me. For suppose my K interview was a GK heavy interview, they'll ask all sort of things, capital of so and so country, official language of China. I told Chinese, like, what the hell? It's called Mandarin. I was like, sorry. So, okay, so these are the things they'll ask you. Then they asked me, what's GNP? How is it different from GDP? Give me the top ranking, top 5 countries in terms of GDP. The same ranking in terms of GNP. Why do you think this is happening here? So if you are reading about maybe economic slowdown or maybe a country is doing well, so you read about it. Just don't be constrain your mind till there. If you have read an article, you know what GNP is, you know what GDP is, go and check the top 5 countries in terms of GDP, GNP. This is the extra mile that if you take, you are actually going to acid. See, if an interviewer is asking you 10 questions on GK, even if you are able to answer maybe 5 questions, you are fairly done. Obviously depending upon the level of questions, not if he's asking you very basic questions. Ranjan was asked so many GK questions. He, like I'm telling you, he barely attempted maybe three questions at max. His questions were bizarre. He converted that call. So it's not just about answering those questions, it's just about how you are tackling it, and the after effect of not answering those questions to the next subsequent question that will be asked to you maybe after the GK round. Like in my GK round, he asked all sorts of GK questions, and then they were like, okay, let's talk about CSR. They're totally irrelevant to my profile. They asked me, okay, tell me what CSR, which two companies do you think do good CSR. There was a law related to CSR in which government has mandated that companies will have to contribute to CSR, otherwise they'll face a penalty of so and so amount. I'm not really able to recall that right now. We had a discussion on that particular law as well for maybe 5 minutes. So it's random, but you read a lot of things. Even if you do the current affairs diligently, use that current affairs to build your GK. It's pretty good, man. I'm telling you, this approach works. Give it a try, maybe for 1 week, and you'll get to know for yourself that how will you answer those questions. So GK, if you are very much traumatized, what will I do? What if you ask me maybe from Akbar ke zamane ka? They won't do that. They won't do that. They ask you GK relevant to the current affairs question, because they also don't have that question in mind, right? एक आध हो सकता है, like they may give you random questions of like language of China. फिर भी China उस समय ऐसा काफी hot topic था, तो I missed out on that. Maybe you could prepare that as well. इतना रैंडम जीके नहीं होता है, तुम्हारे करंट अफेयर्स से कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा ना थोड़ा कनेक्टेड वो होता ही होता है. ठीक है. So if you are diligently doing your current affairs, you will fairly do good with GK as well. Obviously, if you prepare. That's it. Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Sachin. Okay, any more questions? That too was again a very random topic. How many of you were not even able to understand the meaning of that term? Anyone who attempted but was not able to? Okay, Abhishek and Kapil. Good. Tarun, okay. So see, we have people, and that's absolutely fine, Mohan and all, right? So if you're not able to even understand the meaning of the topic, and still if you're able to make a good decision, a good argument on the topic, that's what will really help you. And do reach out to the mentors now for the feedback. Most likely by day after tomorrow, by 25th, mentors should be able to give you the feedback on the topic. Okay. We have also shared a write-up from our side that is published on the Facebook group. So do have a look so as to get an idea on how do you think out of the box for such abstract topics that might or might not come. Okay.
Hi sir, I had a question regarding that. So I read the excerpt that you shared on the FB group for VAT 2, but like my VAT is nowhere near that level because the vocab used and the opinions and the construction that is used in that excerpt
The
is really
person
good.
who wrote
So
that was a VARC expert. So that's he was the person who has written this, which might be the case, and I know vocabulary was the truly heavy. That was because this is what the kind of person who has written this VAT is. But having said that, vocabulary does not matter. What different flavor of thoughts that you're bringing on the table from a topic, that is what will really matter in terms of gauging those brown points.
so yeah, so how to upscale our because the feedback I like we use that feedback and try to work on it, but still we have to really upscale us our VAT,
That
right?
will happen over time. So can you see, for example, you have 20 minutes, right? So I'll say give the starting 3-4 minutes to sort of figure out what could be the possible angles. If you have any abstract topics, try to relate it to any current affairs topic if at all possible. Okay. Example, roses are blue. How can you, roses are blue, for example, is a topic which shows that this is like very unconventional. This does not happen. So roses are blue means doing something which is not at all possible or which looks like very, very, very difficult to happen. So maybe relating something like Article 361, Article 371, उस type की चीजें, something which people have been thinking ऐसा होगा but नहीं हो रहा है, so something which is very unconventional but which has happened over the time. So the point is try to relate current affairs to any abstract topic if you can. Always try to have at least 3-4 different dimensions to the topic. This is what it could also mean. This is what it could also mean, and then build on the story. At least 2-3 will always help. However, if it is a current affairs based topic, something similar to what it was last time, IPL, then all you have to do is to just follow the same structure. Have 2-3 points in favor, have 2-3 points against, and then mention how can you curb those things which is against it, and then build a conclusion. This is whatever is your stand. So that's a very simple structure.
Adding on to what Rankas has said, I think it's not vocabulary that the person is judging your VAT, is looking like he's looking for if whether you have not used good words or not. It's actually not about that, and it's definitely not about it. Not just actually, definitely not about that. It's about how coherent your VAT is. The flow. If you are writing maybe A, B, C, D, and your writing is A, C, B, D, so a writing which is written in the form A, C, B, D with all the vocabulary, good words in it, it will be not considered above the writing which is very coherent, well written as in just if you don't know like heavy words, just use simple words, make it coherent. The flow of logic should, the point I start reading your VAT, I start creating a map in my mind. Okay, where's this going? So the map should be completed when I reach the end of your VAT. If it gets distorted in between, I lose interest, and that's it. So if you are worried about how do I upskill my vocabulary, see, bro, there's nothing you can do much about it in 1 month. So I would suggest you to work. I'm not saying vocabulary doesn't help. Vocabulary helps, but it's a plus point if you have a logical flow to your answer. That's it. So don't fret about it. Just try getting the flow in your answers and structure it in a good way. The rest is fine. Even if it's written in plain and simple English, it will do. It's not a problem.
Hello, sir. Shantika this side. I have a question. That the colleges which do not have the VAT evaluation, should one be focusing, and they have their PIs in the coming months, so should one be focusing on VAT, or maybe just
Santika, I'll say if you think you can spare 20 minutes, see, all you have to do is you don't have to prepare for these bats, right? A topic is given to you. You do not even have to look at the topic unless you are sitting to write for that topic. Else, what will happen is your brain will start thinking about the topic. And the main idea here is the moment topic is given, you start writing on it. The moment you see it, spend 20 minutes and that's it. You are done. Just send a screenshot and then uploaded on a Google Drive. So hardly, I think it takes 20-25 minutes maximum. If you think you have some important PIs coming up and you don't have VAT as a part of it, that's okay. Then you can deprioritize it. I'll not say you can remove it, but then you can deprioritize it. This is your other important commitment.
Thank you, sir.
But at least do inform. If you're not uploading your VAT, do inform your mentors. Like mentors should not reach out to me saying, "Yaar, ye Suraj ye banda hai, ye VAT submit nahi kar raha, he hasn't done one, he hasn't done two," and then I'll have to reach out to you guys. Don't put me in that situation. Inform the mentors that this is why I'm not doing it, or whatsoever be the reason, so that the mentors know. Bottom line is, mentors are for you, you are for mentors. So have a good cordial relationship so that I'm not there in the picture.
Sir, hello, sir. San this side. Sir, I'm asking, is WAT and AWT the same thing? Like,
no, sir. AWT is entirely different. We earlier planned to have AWT.
your voice is not coming. I don't know if it's my side or if it's to me or. Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's muffled again.
I think there is some issue with the audio.
Hello. Am I audible now?
No.
Yes. It's sort of better, but it's getting muffled in the middle.
That's still not.
Okay. Hello? Yes. Shan, it's not same. In plain words, before the voice breaks down again, it's not same, it's different. We will have exercises of AWT once and A shortlist are out. Okay. We will in fact have one session by Shashank or maybe by Yash explaining about what AWT is, but AWT is entirely different. And you will not find much about it online.
Yeah, just adding on to what Sir said. So see, AWT and VAT seems very it's like they seem same, but they aren't. The point that is there is VAT is basically it's about a topic. You'll get a topic and then you write all sorts of things about it. Maybe or the IIM Bangalore VAT. What I got last year was the Uttarakhand glacier that burst happened. So they asked me the question, what do you think?
Your voice is not coming, sir. Like again, I don't know if it's from here.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes. I think maybe we can pass this question for about 11
Again, not coming. I guess. Sorry.
Okay, so I get what he's saying. It's basically not very much relevant to the whole batch. I think he's saying that. So in short, AWT, just an example, you would get maybe a paragraph from a newspaper article, and then they will ask you to analyze it. That's called AWT. In VAT, you won't get the same thing. You would get a topic and then just go write about it. This is it. So AWT is slightly different, but yeah, that the decision can be actually kept for a different time when we have people who have AWT. Yeah.
Thanks, Shashank. Sure.
Okay.
Thank
you. Hey guys, so let's. I think that's it. In the interest of time, let's wind up. If there are no more questions, everyone should be clear. I should not hear any names from your mentors. कि यार ये बंदा respond ही नहीं कर रहा. Reach out to the mentors. Don't reach out to me for any questions, any concern. Reach out to your mentors directly. Okay. I'm still left to reply to all the messages, so I may not get time. Reach out directly to the mentors unless it's extremely urgent. Okay. Chalo. Okay, guys. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.